The raw material is rotting, and yet we are importing leather products, shoes, using other people's hides and skin when ours is going to waste. It doesn't require any genius. You know, we don't have, there is nothing for us to have a conversation about. We just need to connect our raw materials to the market, jobs in between, money in between, and all of us will be doing well. So it is my intention that this great potential that we've always had, the great opportunity that we have always had, we must make it a reality in the next couple of years. And I am prepared, I am willing to work with you in that space. All the paperwork has been done. All the plans have been documented. All we need to do is to plug and play. Make sure we bring this to a reality. And ladies and gentlemen, I am here, lock, stock, and barrel to work with you so that we can actualize those opportunities. The leather space, the cotton value chain is a big value chain that can give us all the jobs we need. You've just heard here, we have a market already negotiated by policymakers. $150 billion or $300 billion market. We are only doing $500 million on textile. We have the biggest resources around Kenya. We have the Dongo Kundu Special Economic Zone, which is going to be a huge plan for us. We have the Naivasha Industrial Zone, which is going to be another big investment opportunity for us as an administration, so that we can leverage on the steam that we have for free. We can leverage on the energy at a lower cost, and we can build the whole ecosystem that will aggregate what we are producing. Listening to the small producers that I listen to outside here, and listening to Tesh, it speaks to the power of aggregation. How do we make sure that every small producer and every small manufacturer and everybody who is adding some value to some product is aggregated and made possible for them to access the markets? I just want to ask industry, the captains of industry sitting here. Ladies and gentlemen, there is absolutely no reason why we are selling our tea and processed 95% in a space where we have the biggest competitive advantage. I want to promise you that whatever government is supposed to do, I have already had a conversation with our tea marketers, and I have told them that if it is required of me to invest in a common user facility so that we can add value to our tea, the government of Kenya is going to invest in a common user facility. It is not going to be possible and practical for us to continue to export our tea unprocessed. 95% of it, we are getting 120 billion now. We can get 300-400 billion shillings by merely adding value, period. The farmers are already working too hard to produce the tea. Who is failing our farmers? Our manufacturers. You guys. You're failing our farmers. Our farmers are producing all the tea, the third largest producer in the world, on half an acre, on 1 acre, on 2 acres. What we are doing, we are failing them because we are not adding value to what they are producing. We are continuing to sell our tea in the auction. We are getting peanuts for it, and many other people who do not have a single push, who do not have a single bush of tea, are making more money than us. Good people, our manufacturers, give us the value of our tea. You are the people who is standing between us and money. True? Our farmers are working so hard with close to 30 million units of herd of livestock. They have 3 million hides and skins every year. Is it being eaten by dogs? It's rotting. It's being buried in some places. When I went around Kenya with our economic fora, this was the issue everywhere. Mandera, Wajir, Tana River, the whole of that space, Kajiado. Farmers were asking us, livestock keepers were asking us, what are we going to do with our skin? Who is this group of people standing between us and the value that we can get from our skins and hides? You people. You are the people standing between us and 75 billion of product that we can sell. And we have a ready market, starting from our own children in school. Even the local market in Kenya alone, we are importing 12, 15 million pairs of shoes alone every year. Market is not the problem. Raw material is not the problem. The problem is the people to add value. They are sitting right here. True or not true? So, good people, as I said earlier, we must have a different conversation. We're having a conversation here about, you see, we have a problem with VAT refund. How does VAT refund stop us from adding value to the hides and skins that are going to waste? Muniambie. You know? So, and I'm not saying that there are no challenges. There are challenges. But there are bigger opportunities than challenges in our space in Kenya. Let us focus more in the opportunities that exist and less in the challenges that we have. We can overcome the challenges by leveraging on the huge opportunity that we have. We have a huge market. In EAC, in Africa Continental Free Trade Area, we now have the market infrastructure for us to take over the market in our continent. The reason why our continent is importing milk, powder, food, is because Kenya has not taken its place. Kenya is supposed to be the country that would position Africa appropriately to be able to make sure that we supply every commodity, every product that we should. Instead, we are having a quarrel, small quarrel. Uganda is bringing cheaper milk. Uganda should bring cheaper milk because they can produce it much more cheaply. We should be adding value to our own milk. We add value to our own milk, and I want to say here, we had a program of improving on our milk value chain. We had first 300 milk coolers. That product was sabotaged. That program was sabotaged because of interest. But I have gone back to that product. We are going to have another 660 milk coolers. We're going to add value to our milk. What we should be doing is our milk from our farmers. We should be adding value, producing butter, using it to produce powder, and go and sell it in DRC, go and sell it in Central Africa, go and sell it in West Africa. And then we get the cheaper milk from Uganda and we drink. Sindio? Yeah. Instead of having a quarrel with Uganda, why are we having a quarrel with Uganda? We are having a quarrel with Uganda because we have refused to take our rightful place in our continent. We should have made more steps and allow Uganda to come and occupy the next space as we move ahead. Are we together, good people? So we must have a different conversation. And I am happy that Moses is here. I have confidence in what Moses can do. I know he has a good brain. And working with you guys, yeah. This Moses Kuria, forget about the noise sometimes he makes. I promise you, he has a good brain. So we're going to work together in this space. And I want to give you, you know very well that I am not a lazy person. Yeah? So I will work with you, and I will make sure that whatever opportunities that can be actualized, working together with you, we actualize those opportunities and move our manufacturing to 20% of our GDP in the next couple of years, 8 years, if not less. Access to credit is a big component of our plan. Financing is going to be a big component of our plan. There are some that we can cover with the Hustler Fund, but of course we have the Kenya KDC. KDC is going to cover your space. That is the area where we need to raise capital for industrialization, capital for manufacturing, capital for value addition, so that we can work with the SMEs, make sure they have access to credit, but also build the capacity of our Kenya Development Corporation so that we can also have resources available for the people in your space. So, good people, I am very happy this morning that we are having a progressive conversation. And I am very confident that going into the future, Kenya is going to move to the next level in our manufacturing and industrialization scale. I am looking forward, as we have all said, by 2030, we should be producing 1 million more jobs from manufacturing. We should take our manufacturing from the current 1 trillion of our GDP to maybe 3 or 4 trillion of our GDP. We should be able to move our contribution in terms of tax revenues and be able to work together. And I understand, and Mburu here will tell you, I have had a very intense conversation with him on matters tax. Yes, I've had a very intensive conversation with him. I have asked him very difficult questions because part of our revenue gets lost because the stamps that you use on your manufactured goods, we have more fake stamps than genuine stamps. How is that possible? You know, we have to sort that out because we are losing revenue. Part of why our contribution of manufacturing to GDP in terms of revenue is low is because very many people pocket our money, or the money meant for taxes. So we're going to reform that space. Mr. Mburu and his team have very clear instructions for me on where we should go. I believe that in the next 2 years, we should be able to move our revenues from 2 trillion to 3 trillion and to double it in the next 5 years. Many people may not like that story because it means we are all paying taxes. But I'm sorry, everybody, we must all pay taxes, and I will lead the way by paying taxes. There will be no exemptions for people who are politically connected. There will be no exemptions for nobody. It's going to be the same yardstick for everybody. Are we together? That's the direction we're going to go. And I want to promise you, good people, that we will also make our tax regime predictable. I agree with you. Investments in manufacturing are long-term investments. You need a predictable tax regime so that you can know how your investments are going to look like. I agree with our good brother who said we need to reform our income tax our income terms low, so that again we make it up to date. There are too many patches of it. Nobody knows how it looked like in the first place. So I agree with you that we need to do some work around that space. But as I work hard with our legislators to be able to improve that space, please make the opportunities that we have in this manufacturing space a reality for our country. It's good for your businesses. It's good for our agenda of job creation. It's good for our agenda of export-led growth, and it's good for everybody. So let me leave it there. I'm sorry. I really should have given more time to this meeting. I did not, I underestimated what we were coming to do here, but I promise that the next time I will give you more time, because you are speaking the language of taking Kenya to the future. Asanteni sana, and I know there is a small function here to award some people. I hope we can do that in 2-3 minutes, so that you can allow me to be engaged somewhere else. Asanteni sana, and God bless you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. We will award SMEs, and the first one, Your Excellency, is winner in human resource management, and it goes to B Care Apiaries. Quickly, please. B Care Apiaries, that's the first award.